It's Saturday morning and welcome back to a new episode to create this dance with Blender. It's a very popular dance that is trending on TikTok and you can use a Genshin impact model to create this. So let's start. We're going to Google Crap Dance VMD download. Then you're going to click on this first link that you see right here. It's going to take you to this DeviantArt page whose author name is Carry OS. So kudos to him because he created the dance movement for the MMD. Then you're going to click download, and once you download, you're going to unzip it in any folder you want. I'm going to be using this location for my files. I'm going to delete the zip. Now that the folder has been unzipped, I'm going to be targeting this specific file, motion VMD. That's the one that we need. Now we're going to launch Blender, and I'm using version 292. For this next step, we need to download another additional thing, which is the Noelle MMD model herself. So we're going to click on this first link that we see right here, again on DeviantArt. So once we arrive to the page, again, you can click on the download link. You can unzip it on the same location that we previously unzipped our VMD file so that everything is just all together. Okay, that's fantastic. Now let's copy this just for reference when we open the file. Now I'm going to search for Blender Powpurri add-on. This is the last thing that you will need to implement your MMD model inside Blender, and what this does is to activate the functions that we're going to need to bind the physics and the VMD motion to the model. So download that. That is going to be an add-on. Next, you're going to come to Edit, Preferences, and then you're going to click Add-ons, Install. Target the location, and once you find the file, click on Install Add-on. Whoops, something happened, and that means that the add-on was not activated. Now this is a pretty common problem, and what you need to do is to come here, unzip the entire add-on. I'm going to delete that zip again. I'm going to go into the folder that we just unzipped, and here we find MMD tools. This is the one that you need to zip to activate as an add-on, so keep that in mind. And now delete everything else because we don't need it. Since we have these MMD tools, we can put it out here in the original directory root. Delete this folder, we don't need it anymore. So again, I'm going to copy the location, Edit, Preferences, Add-ons, Install, paste the location, target your add-on, and sure enough, this time when you click on Install Add-on, you're going to see the checkbox unchecked. So mark it so that it will activate. Fantastic. Now you will see two copies of the MMD, PMD, MX importer. In case that you have the cats add-on and you also have added this new add-on, you will see twice the imports. So I'm demonstrating here in the tabs that you have these options. But the one that we need is the Powpurri add-on options. So this is what we are interested in. Click on Import Model, target your Noelle PMX, and now she's in the scene. Fantastic. The next thing that we want to do is to click here on Build Physics. Click on Build, and all the physics bones are going to be bind to the Blender bones in this case, so that Noelle physics will perform as expected. If you click here on the shading viewport mode, you're also going to get the textures now. You need to select the object armature for this next step to work. We're going to click on Motion, Import VMD, target your file. You can see that the timeline has changed to a larger number. Oh, but Mr. Chiller, now Noelle is broken. I can play back. I'm happy for that, but she's broken. No, she's not broken. What we need to do is to come here to the scene properties, and inside the scene properties, we need to get down to the rigid body world, which is the one parameter that contains our cache. Down here is the cache. This is what we need to work with. Now, if you see that your motions are not performing well, you can change the sub-step to 1 instead of 10. But I'm going to leave it to 10 because it works for my scene. Okay, so this is the important part. You need to click here, Bake All Dynamics. You don't know how many people have asked me, hey, on Blender 2.9, the physics have been changed. No, they are in the same place. Okay, so after that is done baking, you can see down here, it's completed. Now you can play back your animation and all of the physics are working just perfectly. Look at that. Look at her go. Alright, we need one more thing, and just before doing that step, please mind that this gap right here was because of a hair strand that was not rigged properly, so don't worry about that. Don't forget that you also have shape keys, so you can add expressions to her face. I see too many MMD models who have not any kind of expression animation on her face, and they look very flat, so mind that. Alright, switch to the VSM, to the VSE, I'm sorry, that's the video sequence editor. And you can drag and drop your audio file, the one that we are going to be using, directly into there. So press N, come here to the strip properties and click on display waveform. This is going to help us to know where the sound is actually going to start. If you don't need any kind of before or after sound, you can press and select the strip and press S to strip it. I have assigned the letter S to strip that you can find in the options on the top menu. Now if you don't have this playback button on your timeline, that's because I use an add-on for that, but don't worry, you can open dragging this little corner up your window and switching to timeline, and if you play back right here, you're going to listen to the sound. Now all you need to do is to synchronize by clicking and dragging your strip, and finally we have the sound ready. Alright, I hope you have enjoyed this chapter. I know I've said under 5 minutes, but explaining these things take time. But if you do this, it's probably less than 5 minutes, probably around 4 minutes when you complete this little tutorial. I did this because it needed an update from the 281 version. I can't believe how fast Blender has gone by, and we're now on 292, and so that you can understand how you can bring your models or your MMD models inside Blender, use an VMD file, and also assign a sound. If you like this video, please hit that like button. Also, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification so that every time that I upload a video, you will be notified. This has been Pierre Schiller, 3D animator and VFX compositor. Try Blender. Blender is powerful and beyond industry compatible.